what is going on in Washington. To me, this is nothing short of insanity, nothing short of arrogance. Kamala Harris has never won anything on her own. She continues to be handed positions. First, we talked about her going into the Supreme Court. I don't think that's a good idea. They want Sonia Sotomayor to step down now. I don't think you're going to see her do it. And I don't think you're going to see her be able to get pushed through the United States Senate in time with hearings. You've got Dana Bash and her guest on CNN floating the idea that, okay, before that happens, let's install Kamala Harris as president. Let Joe Biden step down. Listen to this.
71 days from Trump taking the oath of office. What is the most important thing that everybody is looking for? That is my question. I'll start with you.
Joe Biden has been a phenomenal president. He's lived up to so many of the promises he's made. There's one promise left that he could fulfill, being a transitional figure. He could resign the presidency in the next 30 days, make Kamala Harris the president of the United States.
Whoa.
It would absolve her from being able to, from having to oversee the January 6th transition, right, of her own defeat. And it would make sure that it would dominate the news at a point where Democrats have to learn drama and transparency and doing things that the public want to see is the time. This is the moment for us to change the entire perspective of how Democrats operate.
This is now
change the perspective of how they operate. This is exactly how Democrats operate. They want to hand everything to their chosen one. Just ask Bernie Sanders about that. And then march Kamala Harris in. I told you I don't think they'll be able to push through a radical agenda between now and January 20th. I do think both the House of Representatives will manage to stand in their way. I don't think Joe Biden's going to do anything crazy with executive actions because they're just going to be rolled back in 2 months. So I don't think that's a possibility. Now, if Kamala Harris gets in, Lord knows what she'd do in 2 months. Seriously. She might get in, tell Sonia Sotomayor to step down, force her out, and then appoint herself as Supreme Court Justice. I don't put anything by this devious woman called Kamala Harris. None of this works out. You know, she's going to go to California and run for governor. But for this guy to say that Democrats need to learn drama, have you been watching your own network, CNN and MSNBC? All Democrats operate in is drama. The vote last week was about getting away from the drama. We don't want it anymore. We don't want the radicalization of this country. We don't want our kids indoctrinated. We were fed up with unsafe streets and an open border and out of control inflation. This was about no drama. Yeah, let President Trump call people some names. Big deal. I get a kick out of it. This is about no drama. This guy's out of line.
From an internet meme to a Sunday morning show.
Jamal's out here right now.
Congratulations.
Season of House of Cards.
I thought you were going to say, what about the Supreme Court? That's also out there.
Well, the Supreme Court might happen. I don't know if it will, but I think this is something that's in Joe Biden's control. And if he did it, it would fulfill his last promise. It would give Kamala Harris the chance to be the 47th president of the United States of America. It would disrupt all of Donald Trump's paraphernalia. Right? He'd have to rebrand everything. But and it would make it easier for the next woman who runs for president to not have to worry about all the historical, weight of being the first. We can
Top
solve
that,
this problem.
Brad.
I have something that's a lot more realistic.
So think about that. He really is concerned about ruining President Trump's paraphernalia, by the way. It's not a joke. They have tried to financially destroy him. They take any pleasure they can get off of making life difficult for President Trump. So clearly, 45, 47. Club 47 in Palm Beach. You got all the 47 gear being printed. I've got sneakers with 47 on them. All that would have to be reprinted. All right. One, big deal. We're still president of the United States come January 20th, but it's what she does in between. And really, even more importantly, because let's be honest, folks, this isn't going to happen. Joe Biden despises Kamala Harris today. I'm convinced Joe Biden voted for President Trump and told his family to vote for President Trump. Joe Biden hates what happened to him. And he's looking now, he says, hey, I got 81 million votes, wink, wink, created the biggest voter fraud organization in American history. He got 81 million votes. And look at her, 70 million or 60-something million. Not even close. Those votes went poof. And we should not ever stop talking about that. Because that's what doesn't add up. That Joe Biden gets 81 million votes. She now has 70 million votes. It makes no sense. Unless, of course, you go back to what I believed, that the fraud was real and the election was manufactured. They couldn't do it again this year because enough of the manufactured votes were reined back in with an inability to do it because we put some election integrity provisions in place across the states. We've got to even get better with it, by the way, folks. I believe this would have been the outcome last time around if they didn't cheat. So now they want to cheat again and just make her the first president.